I've talked about what women are ditching to be happy, but today I'm going to share with you 5 tiny Nordic habits that I started in midlife that are making me very happy. Number one is morning light. People in Nordic countries are very familiar with how important daylight is to our bodies and to our health. So start your day with 10 minutes with some daylight. And that can be even on cloudy days in front of a window. If you're able to be outside, that's even better. Whatever you can do to get some light first thing when you wake up. This is something I've been doing now for quite a long time, several years, ever since, well, I've always known about the importance of light because of my Nordic heritage coming from Finland, but I really embraced it in midlife after 50 because I realized how important it is to sleep better at night, to regulate our circadian rhythm. Because of the light, it actually has an effect on all our hormones in our body. So it's something that I've been doing for at least 10 years, if not more, just getting some light first thing in the morning. And it's hard in the winter times when it doesn't get light out for hours and you're already awake. If you're in a country where there is very minimal daylight, some people end up using the lights that they can sit in front of to get themselves feeling like they're in daylight, and it helps their body also with their circadian rhythm. It's funny because when we're translating these phrases like morning light into other languages, sometimes the literal translation doesn't sound as pleasant as the way we say it in English, for instance. So in Finnish, it would be something like um, aamu, aamuvalo rituaali, so morning light ritual, or it could be something like aamun koito. So those means dawn break ritual. These types of things are so well known in Nordic countries just because of the polar nights and the dark winters that are there. Number two is micro forest bathing. We've all been hearing about forest bathing now, but not everybody can get out into a forest and take a walk for 10, 15 minutes, half an hour. We don't all live in areas where those are accessible to us. Even a 5-minute practice of touching a tree, looking outside at the sky, touching the ground, anything like that can be classed as a micro ritual of forest bathing, especially if you incorporate some deep breathing with that. It can really help reduce anxiety. I've been doing this as much as I can, since for most of my midlife. I remember the first time I heard about this, it was in regards to sitting at a computer or at a desk all day. The suggestion is to take a look outside through a window, whatever you can, and look at the sky, look at the trees, just to give your eyes a break. But then, as I've gotten older and researched this more, I realized that it's not just about our eyes, it's about our health and our stress levels. And if you're not near a forest like I am, and sometimes you just don't have the time to get out, just even looking at a tree outside your window or looking at the sky if you don't have trees around you. If you're able to touch grass or a tree, that's even better. But even if you do that just for a few minutes a day, it helps reduce anxiety. Forest bathing is a Japanese tradition of Shinrin Yoku. And in Finnish, that would be translated to metsäkylpy, so literally forest bath. Forest bathing has been adopted or has been around in the Nordic countries for a long, long time. Another way we can translate into a Finnish term would be ulkoilma elämä, would really literally translate into outside air living. There is a Finnish concept that's been around, and its term is translated to moving in nature, and that would be luonnossa liikkuminen. Luonnossa liikkuminen. I have to look these words up because they're not my part of my everyday language, so it's hard for me to remember them. But luonnossa is nature, liikkuminen is movement. So that is part of Finnish culture, and it's been around for as long as I can remember because it just means to be outside. And Finnish people love their nature, love their lakes, love their forests, and being outside whether it's cross-country skiing or just hiking, walking, being on the water. It's all part of the Finnish culture. So luonnossa liikkuminen is a big part of our culture. And a little bit of that for you would be just to do a little bit of micro forest bathing, and that will help decrease stress levels and help with your overall health and will help you sleep better at night. Another ritual that I have been trying to incorporate more in my life, and it is called the evening wind down. Many people think of winding down in the evening with a glass of wine after work or things like that, or some kind of alcoholic beverage. So if you want to switch that up to a more healthier option, which allows you to sleep better because alcohol really disrupts your sleep, is try something herbal without caffeine or alcohol. And this it could be your evening wind down ritual that will not only benefit your health but sleep as well. I know I talk a lot about sleep, but sleep is just like the foundational pillar of health and so important. And these kinds of Nordic traditions are very important, these quiet moments, these quiet pauses in your day. And if you move that to the evening, it'll help just settle you down and get you ready for going to bed and having a proper good night's sleep. We're probably all aware of like kahvi tunti or kahvi aika tai fika, the Swedish word for having a little break, a little moment of pause with a coffee in the afternoon. Well, think of this as the evening wind down with a herbal tea that's not caffeinated and not alcohol related. In Finland, we would call this hiljentyminen, quiet down. Or we could say rauhoittuminen. That means like calming down. And that one I have a hard time saying. Rauhoittuminen. Finnish words are extremely long and they can be tongue twisters. But there's no translations for this winding down idea or fika or, your daily pause. But when you have this calming wind down moment in the evening, it's a nice way to settle yourself after a long day. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try any of these habits. Or if you've got a habit that you'd love to share, we would like to know about it. Number 4 is the one-touch rule. Don't put it down, put it away. This is a Nordic ritual because you want your home to feel that it's just enough. You don't need excess, you have the right amount, and everything that you own has a place. This helps with getting clutter in your place. This helps with your cleanup routines because you don't have as big of a mess to clean up because you've been doing it every single day. In Finland, we would call this sopivasti, or just enough, or good enough. And järjestys, which means order, and also kertakäsittely, one-time handling. That's what you want to think of. Everything you bring into your home, make sure that you don't just put it down on the table, on the island, on a shelf, but put it where it actually needs to go and where it belongs. Whether it's opening up mail, get it done, put the recycling away, the envelopes, and put it where it needs to go or be taken care of. This really aligns with the concept in Finland of practicality and keeping your home in order, and the concept of just enough so that you're not getting overwhelmed in your home. And I love this because when you put this into practice, it really makes for me, cleaning up is a bigger chore once a week. And when you put this practice into work in your everyday life, it really makes the tidying up days that you've got yourself scheduled to do this so much easier. Plant-based breakfast bowl, Nordic simplicity. If you start your day with a healthy, nutritious bowl, whether it's savory or sweet, with veggies or fruit and seeds and nuts and healthy grains, and focus on quality versus quantity, you can feel so good about yourself because you accomplished something really good for yourself for the day. I've got a really loud bird here talking with me. Can you hear it? It's morning. Oh, he's going to compete with me. Anyways, I'm going to have to I have to look up this word because this is a long one. Finnish equivalent for Nordic simplicity in the context of food would be pohjoismainen yksinkertaisuus. So that means pohjoismainen is northern. Yksinkertaisuus means like simple or one. And then pohjoismainen selkeys. So you're talking about Nordic simplicity. Really, there's no word to explain it, but it is a concept of Nordic simplicity, quality over quantity, and eating what nature provides that's in season. This is something that I've tried to embrace because a lot of times the day gets away from you and you don't get to do or eat the way that you really wanted to, and you've got all these great plans, at least I do, and sometimes it's hard to stick to them. But when I've started off my day with a good, healthy breakfast bowl, I feel so much better because I know I've done that one thing right. And one of my favorite ones is bircher. I didn't know about bircher, and I've mentioned this so many times in my videos that I wasn't a fan of the overnight oats, but it's very similar. I like savory breakfasts, but this bircher that I have been making is got some crispy apples and different things you add to it, and I don't know, somehow I'm able to really enjoy it. I also really love savory, so if I cook myself an oatmeal, I'll add mushrooms and all kinds of things to it, chia seeds and even tofu, and I really love it. And I put nutritional yeast in there, so it depends on what I'm having. It'll be either my cold bircher with some crispy fruit in there or fresh fruit in there, or my bircher, which is savory and kind of has the umami flavors that I really love. I don't know, what do you think about these 5 tiny Nordic habits? Each one of these things I have been putting into practice, and when I do these things, I feel so much better and so much happier because I feel good because I'm looking after myself, and it's so important at this age, especially now that I'm over 60. I have to look after myself because I want to be so healthy and fit for so long and be able to run around with my grandsons and do all kinds of fun things and travel and go back to Finland many times and see other countries, that I just want to make sure that I'm looking after my health really well. I'm working on a 30-day Nordic Midlife Reset that's got lots more of these types of tips. And if you're interested in knowing when it's ready, sign up for my newsletter because I'll let them know first. Also, if you have any ideas about things that you'd love to hear in that reset guide, let me know in the comments because I will love to, put in and talk about things that you're really interested in or want to know about. If you'd like to put some of these Nordic principles into action right away, watch this video next because this is where I talk about how important a quiet reset is for our health in midlife. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.